Hey everybody, let me know if anybody's here. Say hi over in the chat. See who's here. Hey Wes, how are you doing? Good to see ya. Hey Felisa. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know. Hopefully. Jimmy's getting a drink, so. Hey girl, you made it after work. Good job. Hey Linda. Hey Mom. Hey Stephanie. Yeah, you caught us. Hey. Give everybody a minute. We are alive. Good, Wes. It's always good to be alive. Sound is good. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Felisa. Hey, Chris. And Heidi, I assume, is there too. Yeah, we're excited to have you, Stephanie. Welcome. Good. Hey, Heidi. Hi, Dad. Jimmy will show up at some point. I don't know where he's at. Getting a drink or something. A lot of our cruisers here. That's exciting. I'm glad about that. Give everybody just another second. We'll start when Jimmy moseys on up here. Hi, Rebecca. Hey, girl. Good to see ya. Are you for real?
This is campy, but I wanted to come just to.
He walks. No, hang on. He walks in holding a bottle, you guys. Like I thought he was just gonna get a soda, and he's like.
For reference,
got a bottle.
Show what heaven is.
What heaven is?
Yeah.
What's heaven?
So anyway, right here. I had to show you guys. So we won these on the cruise. Not once, not twice. I think we gave them 3 times, didn't we?
We had 3, but we gave one to one of our friends because we're not those. I didn't think we were those people.
So actually, what we should do is we should show them our. I have a Tin Man. So my family has a problem with estate sales. We go to estate sales all the time. My parents bought us. I always wanted one, like a suit of armor, standing in the corner. It's actually like a miniature version. It's not really full size. It's like 3/4.
Let me tell you about the Tin Man. The Tin Man will scare the life out of you because at nighttime, when it's dark, he looks like a person.
He does. He's probably get used to, but now
he's terrifying.
He protects you. If your robber was in here, if they didn't get shot first,
he has all the trivia medals on him.
With the Anyway, so through our cruises, we've collected a series of medals from. What else are we getting? Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
Yeah. So anyway, take them off. I'm a good dork.
I can't believe.
We can dork with them on, but I mean that makes it worse.
I can't believe you pulled them off the Tin Man and put them on. Wow. So, okay. He's got his show the people.
So
show the people.
I thought maybe loosen up a bit. I had a long day. Well, I've worked 3 hours today at work. Okay.
Poor baby. This is what he walks up here like this.
There's been
not sponsored.
This is yeah. I don't think, but just go to the store and get it. That's but it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. I love bourbon. I love all kinds of bourbon, but my guilty pleasure is Jack Daniel's Fire. It's like the best thing ever. I don't know why. It could be because it's firefighter themed. I don't know, but love bourbon. A little bit of cinnamon into it. Like it's like Fireball, but I feel like the grown-ups version of Fireball. Love it. It's good. So that's what I'm thinking tonight. Kind of just relax, unwind, hang out. Right?
Yeah.
So we're just hanging out here.
That's a fun way to start. Okay, guys. I'm sorry he was overly braggy about his medals, but he's so proud of them. You guys should see the Tin Man. It's really quite shameful. Mm-hmm. So we're excited you guys are here. Welcome. Be sure and chat with us over there on the side. We're paying attention. I have my computer down here so I can keep track of any questions or anything that might pop through. So what we want to do, I want to let you know, since you aren't up here, Felice is here. Chris and Heidi are here. Cool. Wes is here. So we have some people that cruise with us. Michelle, my daughter, I love what y'all we're selling on Carnival next week. Awesome.
Cool. We'll give you some insight about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So we, excuse me, Random Renee, I like your name. Hey. So we thought, we kind of wrote down kind of the good, bad, and the ugly. These good, bad, and the uglies have absolutely nothing to do with the group part of our trip. Because the group part of our trip was amazing. It was
awesome. It was just good. It wasn't any bad or ugly at that point.
No, it was just good, super good, and amazing.
Nice for better people. It was awesome.
No, it was so much fun getting to hang out with everybody. And we continue to keep in touch with so many that went with us. And so it was just the absolute most fun. So anything that we have to say about any of this, so the bad and the ugly, has nothing to do whatsoever with the group part of everything. So I want to make sure that was super clear, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we 100% would cruise with every one of those people again.
Yeah. So this is comparing. So this is our 4th cruise line we've been on since we started traveling.
A bajillion years ago, it seems like now.
But our first cruise. Give you a little backstory. Our first cruise was Norwegian.
3 months after we started dating.
Yeah, the Norwegian Jewel, which is now I think in Alaska.
Is it?
Yeah, but actually Houston had a port before they closed. Well, it's still there, but they closed it down. No ships are there anymore.
It's a beautiful port.
It's awesome. I don't know why. I think it's because it said it was too far to get to from Houston. Might as well go to Galveston.
I didn't think it was that bad.
They spent all that money. Why not? Why would they build
Galveston's a trek.
I don't get it. But anyway, had a great experience. It set the tone for cruising for us forever, I think, because we had.
Yeah, we kind of compare everything to that now.
Yeah, we really do. And there's some good things about. So we went. Okay, so we went on Norwegian. Went on. MSC, or did we go first or second?
No, we went on a family cruise with my parents, your parents, your sister, Jacob.
Yeah.
We did that.
Navigator of the Seas. Did that. Then after that, we did it on MSC. We went on MSC Divina.
Which is kind of when we started YouTube.
Some of you might know us as from MSC blogs. The MSC, and then this last one was Carnival, the Carnival Triumph. All different various sizes of ship.
No mega ship for us
but
yet.
No mega ships, really. Yeah, we haven't had any of the new ones yet. We've all been a little bit older, which is okay. We hopefully will be pleasantly surprised once we go on a new mega ship, which would be really good. It's a little more. I feel like you're there.
I feel like you're in my way.
Well, I'm on. Anyway.
Well, I'm
that's like when we're sleeping. That's how it works. Like I actually have a piece. We have a piece of like Scotch tape in the middle of our bed, so we know like who's on what side.
Who crosses?
That's what maybe we're sharing, but yeah. Like we need our space to sleep.
Relationship rules. I'm sure everybody has them.
Yeah.
We have piece tape.
But we went on a group cruise. Westhead's on here. We organized a cruise through him through Two Trek Travel, and we decided on Carnival. Basically, not only money wise, but it's not offer the best perks, right? Yeah,
for price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided on that one because the other one. Problem with cruises or group cruises is it varies so much of what perks you get, also what sailings you can do, what you can't do, and so we kind of do the best of both worlds. We did find a couple that were nice, but they're really expensive. That's a big pitfall. Is if you do your price yourself out of the market if you're too high on group cruises because there's such a gamut of price ranges.
Yeah. So we booked with Carnival. I had never been on a Carnival cruise before, and my parents are fans. In fact, my mom texted me before we leave. She's like, "Be nice." I'm like, "I'm gonna be nice." It's one of those things that some people love it, some people hate it. I don't know that there's much in the middle of the road.
We've heard numerous times that Carnival is considered like the Walmart of cruises, right?
I think that's such a mean phrase.
It is kind of a mean phrase.
Everybody shops at Walmart.
Yeah, I do, but I'd rather not shop at Walmart because I feel like it's kind of evil empire. But that's a whole other
Hey, Tori.
Facet to it. But
we also some people these days. Hi. I didn't say hi to you. Hello.
But yeah, but we found out that that's not the case at all. And we'll tell you guys about that here in a minute. But there's so many different things that about Carnival. I mean, not only Carnival is a parent company, but they have. I think Celebrity owns. They own Celebrity.
Carnival
tons of different cruises. They have
own
Costa
Princess
Cruises. Maybe Prince. I don't know. A bunch of them. You guys maybe can put in the comments.
I'm not sure about that.
That's the case. But yeah, so they own tons of stuff, and so they're really corporate. They know all that stuff. Wes says, yeah, so that's correct. They own a bunch of lines.
They do. Okay, so we're not that off. Yeah. Somebody said, come back to Japan. Don't worry.
We'll definitely in the works.
We have family in Japan, so don't worry. Loki, hi. Oh, I love you. You heart all of our videos. I recognized your picture.
The trademark heart.
The trademark heart. I love it. So, hi guys, huge fan, traveled everywhere with you. Vivian from Surprise, Arizona. Awesome. Hi, so happy to see you. Hi, Alexis. That's so sweet. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, really cool.
So
we decided to go on the one from New Orleans.
Cough, I'm sorry.
They're both in that. We went out of Port of New Orleans was where we left from. That seemed to be the best alternative for us as opposed to Miami or Florida or here in Texas.
Who doesn't love New Orleans?
It's fun. A fun place to go, which it was. Beignets, all the Cajun food, the Creole food. Oh, so good. It's so good. As you guys saw. And the part that we're kind of bummed about this whole thing is we actually didn't vlog a lot. As you guys can see, our videos are shorter than normal. We didn't talk a lot during the cruise.
It's not because we just, honestly, it's because we jumped in with both feet to everybody that came with us. And we just got so excited about visiting with them and getting to know them. And because we were so grateful that they chose to spend precious time and money and energy to come on a cruise with us. And so we felt like they deserved and earned as much of our attention as possible. And honestly, they're just genuinely fantastic people. They're just really fun. And so we didn't forget. We just got so wrapped up
to be with them versus be in the moment versus vlogging for future stuff that everybody watch.
And so we just got so excited about everybody that we were like, oh, we're vloggers, and so it was a faux pas.
It's hard. It's harder than you think to vlog your experience while trying to do that stuff. Mm-hmm. It just normally do that for vacation. It's hard.
And we didn't want all of them to feel like they showed up and we shoved a camera in their face, because we also know that's not necessarily what they signed up for. So we really wanted to be respectful of that and at the same time be available. And so it was kind of a hard. It got hard for us because we didn't want to be rude to them and not do something or make them feel awkward by shoving a camera in their face. So that's why the most recent video, you'll see that we're a little less nervous about that because we'd spent a week together and we were there, like it was totally cool. So doing another one, we'll definitely kind of readjust how we do that. Yeah. Thankfully, I know really great videographers and photographers I can maybe bribe to go on a cruise with me and just film it for me.
Try it again, too.
But it's one of those things that, it's a learning process. It was our first one. Mm-hmm. Felisa, you guys are awesome hosts. Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah. It's great. But let's go back, get diverting back to this, but going back to the cruise itself. So we got from New Orleans, and it was the Carnival Triumph. Those of you who don't know, it's now gone because they're now refurbishing it. But it's famous because of the poop cruise.
We should mention that.
Yeah, so that's kind of their bad reputation. I think that's one reason why it did get dry docked this year is because they got to
change the name.
They got to shake that name, man. Because but the ship engine caught fire, I think, and lost power, and they were dead in the water for
days.
Like days. Yeah, and so people are pooping on the floor, and the sewers are backing up, and that's what they call it, the poop cruise. And so it is now an infamy, because
it was
of that.
Clean and nice, and I didn't see no remnants of that kind of trauma or anything, and there weren't any problems. So what we'll do is we'll start with the good stuff, and then we'll do the bad and the ugly stuff, and then we'll kind of answer questions in between.
Yeah. So quick synopsis of the cruise. We left from New Orleans, and we had 2 ports of call. We went to Cozumel and Progreso. Progreso was a new port of call for us who'd never been there before.
It's a 5-day sailing.
It was 5 days, and so we got back on Friday. Sunday.
Left on.
I don't know. It was 5 days.
We left on Monday and got back on Saturday.
Yeah. So we did that, and it was awesome. I think we now decided we want to do longer cruises. That was almost too short. So
yes, we'll do another one in
so we want to try to see what it's like. We're going to try a new line. So now we kind of go to the big four. Big four we've been on, so we can kind of have some guidance with ourselves to know where to go next and what we want to do and what not want to do, which is really good. So, what do you think?
So, I want to answer a couple of questions first. Okay. Christina, hi from Wyoming. Really enjoy you guys. You're sweet. Thank you. Jimmy, hey.
Jimmy.
There's another Jimmy. What ship do you like the most? I don't know that we have a ship that we like the most. I think we have a cruise line we like the most.
Yeah.
I would say Norwegian.
Like the ship itself, I think I probably like the Divina. For me,
the Divina was beautiful.
It was really, really pretty, and it's probably the cleanest ship we've ever been.
And probably the biggest we've been on.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Really, really nice.
But I like the way Royal Caribbean has their stuff set up. Their cruise ships, they have the big park in the middle.
Royal Caribbean, yeah.
Yeah,
because they have that
cool.
whole
like the Royal Promenade.
walkway.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of another line that does that right now.
But I like the whole like Norwegian. They have the washy guys that, like squirt the hand sanitizer when you come in and they sing, and some of them have a guitar, and they have all the people with like the music and that I can't do the club music that people do. Yeah, that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That when you kind of come when
or
you
you
come
just
in,
say boots and cats over boots and cats.
Okay. So anyway, so they have that. They have like the fun like entertainment crew, and so that I kind of really dig from Norwegian. So it's kind of hard. I feel like you want to take something from all the cruise lines and just marry it together and have a baby, and then they're set to go. So I don't have a favorite ship. I have a favorite cruise line, but not a favorite ship. I always be
traveling. We haven't found
traveling.
our favorite yet.
Yeah, we haven't found our favorite. I always be traveling is thinking of taking a cruise soon. It's from Alexis. We live in Southern Florida, and it's so close to cruise. Gosh, yeah, you can cruise all the time.
So many choices.
I lived and worked for Carnival for 18 months back in my 20s.
Oh, cool.
You'll have a different perspective. Loki, I want to go on a group cruise. Well, you're welcome to come on a group cruise.
Yeah, hopefully plan on it pretty soon.
Tori, I agree. MSC was beautiful. It was. The Divina was beautiful. That's where I met Nick and Tori. Was on that cruise. But so yes, I will keep track of the questions as we go, and so we'll start with the good stuff.
Okay, the good. So the good thing, I think the shining star for us on Carnival was the food. The food was awesome.
I actually thought the food was really good.
We were really surprised by the quality of the food because we heard so many mixed
bad
reviews
things about it.
We had I would say the quality of food in the main dining room was probably the best we've had ever.
They served tongue. I was really pumped about that.
They had tongue. They had escargot, which you like, which some of the people had on the ship.
They always had a vegetarian option, which I thought was really cool. It was usually Indian. I got it a couple times, and it was legit. It was good.
Yeah, the cooks are from India, and I'm sure that part of the world. So no lack of Indians on the ship to help make that high quality Indian
so
food.
Delicious. The desserts, Felisa changed our world with the dessert, because Carnival has the chocolate molten lava cake, the kind that you like open up. Well, Felisa was like, Amanda, get it with a scoop of peanut butter, and it tastes like a Reese's.
Somehow we never filmed it, which we should have filmed her doing that.
I
thought we did. We didn't.
I ate one every day.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of that at all. It was so good. And there was one time she forgot my peanut butter, and I was really sad. It was on the last night when they were really busy, they forgot our peanut butter. But it was, you guys.
Let's just bring your own. You have a big old tub. It's really hard.
It changed my life. It changed my whole world. Man, it was so good. So the food was absolutely incredible. Lucky says, I did Disney Wonder 2 times, Disney Dream twice, and Carnival Fantasy. Wow. As a staff? That's crazy. Disney cruises are expensive.
Yeah.
Chris, the food was great. Peanut butter with the melting cake was a game changer. See, Chris went with his Tori, the cake with the peanut butter. Rebecca, ever think of something smaller, like a smaller line that goes into the out of way places like Windstar? We would
love to. We'd really love to.
He wants to do a river cruise because they're getting super, super cheap.
Yeah, I saw on Travel Weekly a couple weeks ago that they're having a hard time selling river cruises because they're flooding the market right now. I guess pun intended. I don't know how to use it, but the boats. There's too many boats. And so they're just kind of selling on empty, but they're still kind of expensive. I looked them up to see if we could do it, and it's still kind of pricey.
Yeah, still a little pricey.
But for us, it's more of a price thing. It's because we're on fixed budget of what we can do each month, and so.
And we don't like to assume that people want to spend $5,000 to go on vacation with us. I'm not that presumptuous.
Yeah.
So I would really aware of that.
One of those Windstar Cruises, one of the smaller cruise ships. I just saw that they announced there's a is it Celebrity? Somebody has a ship now that was made just for the Galapagos Islands. Yeah, it just came out this week.
I have not seen
really, really cool. I got my ear to the.
Gotcha. Yeah,
got my finger on the pulse of the cruise community.
Wow.
Yeah, they posted that this week, and it's really, really cool. And I love to go to the Galapagos, just check out all the wildlife and stuff there.
But we also one of the things too is doing a group cruise. We need to make sure that the itinerary fits kind of a broad range of interest, and so we have to be really aware of that because some people may not have mobility. Easiness, and the same thing with kind of interest. And so we're trying to be sensitive to that. Amber from Story Chasing. Hey, girl.
So hey, girl, and we just missed it. We're busy doing other stuff. So
love her. We're doing a collaboration with her coming up here in just a few weeks. You're going to love her because we do.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
It'll be awesome.
Heidi likes the baked Alaska.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cindy, she went on the Carnival Vista. We want to do that. They went in February. The food was great, but did not like the layover of the layout of the ship. Our favorite is Royal Caribbean. Okay. I guess we can say for Carnival, been there, done that. Okay. That's good to know.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm
sorry, chasing a squirrel.
Squirrels. Okay. So yeah, food. It was, main dining room was awesome. The service was great. Got our drinks, our meal rather quickly, and it was all pretty hot.
I never had any issues
comparatively to other lines we've been on.
And a kale salad that I was pumped about.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. What we liked a lot too was the Guy's Burgers. So Guy Fieri has his burger joint on there. Kind of generic, but it's pretty good. I mean, I've never seen this before ever. They have a burger bar where they give you a burger and a cheeseburger, whatever it is, and then you go to a bar behind you, and they have just heaps, like mountains of bacon you put on there, and cheese and
you
tomatoes,
can load it up
all the condiments.
To, which
it's like,
really
wait,
good.
yeah, I can get like 50 pieces of bacon to put on there, and if they don't care, just like arteries do. That's the only thing that matters. But like, that was cool.
I liked the iguana.
Blue iguana.
The blue iguana.
That was good too.
Yeah, that was really good. I love taco salad. Lindsay, she said the pizza was amazing. The pizza was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pizza was good. So all of the ice cream. We have the ice cream machine. That was always out there. So they had really great choices and options in terms of included food. The buffet wasn't bad. We did the buffet for breakfast, and it was totally fine.
There was a few things that are missing. One thing that we were disappointed about dining room wise was, it says we're still not good, but no hash browns. She has a thing for hash browns.
Okay, look what happened was we were in Asia, and that's all I craved. And we did this in December, so I was still kind of fresh back home, where I cut a full for the plate of hash browns. But what was really cool about that is we went to the buffet, because the buffet was what didn't have hash browns. You only got hash browns when you ate in the dining room on a sea day. You were opposite. But we asked somebody if they had hash browns, and they said no. And I swear to you, 20 minutes late, like 10 minutes later, he showed up with a big plate of hash browns from the dining room.
Do you have hash browns here? He's like, oh no, we don't have hash browns.
They're only in the dining room. And so they went.
This is like a buffet.
So they went and got me some. Like, I didn't ask for them. We just asked if they had them. We were like, no problem. They went and got me some and brought them to me. I almost cried. I was like,
that's really cool. That's a going above and beyond. That was really cool. That leads us to our next thing. Like we really had top-notch service while we were there.
In terms of like staff for like dining, as well as our room steward was incredible. He was actually from Bali, like 10 minutes from where we spent 3 months. So we had the best time.
Fun fact: if you guys don't know much about when you go, find out more about people, the staff that work on the cruise ships when they're on the ship, because
they love it.
They love it. Because they don't think that you care about it very much.
Well, and they travel 9 months at a time. They don't see anybody that they know.
Yeah, and the cool part is most of the people that are from Indonesia, that say Indonesia, are from Bali. There's good reason for that, because they have the most positive, joyous attitude you ever met, and that's what we like about Bali. Obviously, we're really biased about Bali, how much we love it, but to have them be there when we're there, it's like we went back to our second home. We love so much, and so it was cool being able to speak Bahasa what little we know to them, but they took so much care in knowing about what we were doing, and
he took such great care of us too, because we knew his home. Because I saw on his tag, I said, "You're from Indonesia, where?" And he said, "Bali." And we said, "Where in Bali?" And we told him we lived there for 3 months. He goes, You've lived there? Like, you can tell he doesn't hear that much. And so he was instant. He called us his best friend for the rest of the week. And every time he saw us, he would ask how we were, if we needed anything. Like, he was incredible.
What was weird about lots of people, that they actually lived in the same general area where we lived, and when we were in Bali and Ubud. And so we'd tell them, we live over by, such and such place, by the bamboo shop. You're like, I know, I go by there all the time. It's weird. It was so weird to know someone talk about something 10,000 miles away, but yet know what's going on. So
it was so sweet.
It was fun. Yeah.
So a lot of their staff as well in the dining room was also Balinese, and so we had the best time, because we talked to our waiters and waitresses and get to know them, and we'd have other people like, "You've been to Bali?" Like, it was so sweet, because you could tell that they don't hear that very much, and so we feel like we really, I don't know if that's why the service was so great or if that's just how they are, but they really took wonderful care of us all week in the dining rooms and buffet area. And because the man who brought me the hash browns was the one that like danced on the table that all the ladies loved. Like, he was also our dining waiter too. Yeah. And so he came and he found us. I remembered him. Yeah. And so incredible. Well, he told him and we brought him.
Oh,
but so incredibly sweet. Like just the best in terms of dining staff. They were awesome.
Yeah, everybody was nice on that ship. Well, almost
we'll
everybody
talk
was
about
nice.
that.
Yeah.
The next thing was trivia. So as you took them off, but as you already saw, we're big trivia.
Those of you came in late.
I
was wearing these, and these are your prizes when you win different contests.
They usually have trophies like ship on a stick or something, but they were out of them, so we got medals, which is even better. But we had our little group together, our friends Lindsay and Richie, and then we had Felisa came and played some, Melissa and Maddie came and played some,
Chris
and Heidi played with us. So we had our group of people that love trivia. We played everything. We had Fringe trivia. That was what I had been really looking forward to.
She did not win. I can't believe she did not win, but she did.
Because they asked ridiculous questions that nobody knows. The dog's name? I'm still upset. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Trivia was awesome. They had trivia every day, several times a day, and a good kind of variety of different subject matters because it was around Christmas. They had Christmas. We got heated. Lindsay and I almost jumped a stage because they had a wrong answer on the thing. And we were like, let me tell you what's not right. So we got a little into it. But that was awesome. They had Trivial Pursuit. James from Manitoba. Hey. So that was a really good point for us is that they always had trivia several times a day that we could go play.
Fun. We love our trivia.
We're nerdy like that.
Yeah. That might be off-putting for some of you. You don't
have to play with us if you go on a group cruise with us. You don't have to play, but we love playing.
We're actually missing confetti here in about 3 minutes, which is a kind of big kind of deal. So sorry, Chris and Heidi. Shout out to them because
they always play with us.
Yeah.
Shows.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other good thing we thought about the shows were cool?
What sets cruise lines apart for me as far as entertainment is a live band or recorded music.
They had a live band.
If you have a live band, cool in my book.
And a horn section. That's another thing.
Yeah, so a horn section. Gotta have a horn section. That makes everything better. I mean, you have guitar, bass, whatever, drums. It's cool. Horn section takes up to 11. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Love it. So they had that. So they had live music everywhere. One thing I wish other lines would take note from Norwegian. So I wish they'd do the name that tune with the live band. That was really cool. And the live karaoke. The karaoke is cool too when they do live karaoke. They also did theme shows. That was really fun. Yeah.
So that's cool. So it's a nice little additive.
Carnival, if you're listening, hope you take note of that because that would be awesome addition.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
The shows were awesome.
Were great. They even had an Asian show that we were kind of freaking out about.
It was so funny. It was like, I don't know.
We were like, what? It was like Japan, Thailand. Where else did they go? Like it was awesome. We put a couple clips in a video with them singing One Night in Bangkok. It was hysterical, and so for us, it's weirdly comforting. So that was really fun. The last really good thing that we would say is for a trivia one night. It was like a '90s music trivia, and it turned into this insane dance party. That video, which video? That was like day 3. Because you see Richie dancing on a table. Like it went from competitive trivia, you're like people were ready to fight, to like full on dance mode. Like it was awesome. People were dancing in the elevators. Like it was one of the highlights of the week for me because it was just really fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, so that was another good thing. The cruise director was a really good sport because we played a game with everybody all week long where we had prizes from our travels. And so we had a first, second, and third place prize. And so we did a scavenger hunt all week. And so on our board, I had a whiteboard and I would write the clue and they would have to take a selfie. It was a selfie scavenger hunt. They had to take a selfie, figure out the riddle and the clue, take a picture. And one day I made him the selfie. The day that we were docked in Progresso, I made him the selfie because I knew it would be hard. And they chased him all over that ship.
I'm not sure if he appreciated that.
I'm not sure he liked us by the end of the day, but they chased him. We had 30 people chasing him all over the ship for selfies.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that was pretty good. It was fun. But so that I think that's all the good. We really did enjoy so much about it.
Chris says the cop guard. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he was because we hadn't told him until we were getting back on the ship, and he was like, "Are you these people?" And like pulled the card out. It was awesome. Hi from Iowa. Love watching all your videos and travels, and the live you did. The live I did. Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Where are you from in Iowa? That's the next question.
Yes. Yeah. So glad you're sharing everything. You're so sweet.
So the next thing is we said parties, right? Said parties already?
We said it all, yeah.
Said dance.
Now it's the bad.
Okay. The bad.
This always makes us feel really bad. We're not complainers.
No, it's not.
We just have to be subjective.
In hindsight, we would have picked a different boat, I think.
Had we known.
Had we known. But we
Tuna's waiting for you in Skiji. Don't tempt me.
Cedar Rapids. Okay. Before we get started in the bad, quick story. So Cedar Rapids, you're from Cedar Rapids. When I was a kid, my family tells me this story all the time because I think it's really hilarious.
Story?
I don't know if you have. So we drove. I'm from Des Moines, if you know that or not. I'm from Des Moines, and so my grandparents took me when I was maybe 4, and they said we're gonna go to Cedar Rapids, and I go okay. So I'm in the car waiting. We drive 2.5 hours to get there, and we get there, and like we're here, and we go. I think we took actually the night at a hotel, and I'm like, well, where are they? And have you heard that story?
There's gonna be rabbits there?
No, I thought they said we're gonna go see the rabbits. Oh, there are gonna be rabbits there.
Aww.
Like Cedar Rabbits.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I thought that was.
How old are you?
Maybe it's funny to you guys.
25.
Yeah, I said I was 4. I think I was 3 or 4. But yeah, it's ruined my day. And they think it was so funny because I cried because I wanted to see some rabbits. And they
were in Cedar Rapids.
In Cedar Rapids, not Cedar Rapids.
Poor abuse thing.
There goes my story for you. So okay, back to the bad. The main one for us was the ship was under renovation, so it was going to go to dry dock a month after we. Yeah,
and changing its name and all that, and we didn't realize that until we had booked it, and because I don't think they announced it until after we booked it.
Did they? No, right around that time. Like we just thought, okay, no, but not a big deal.
Well, they had part of the ship shut down.
Yeah, and they didn't tell us that. So actually, they had some rooms blocked off. And actually, I think Wes did tell us that. We had some of the rooms were blocked.
I didn't remember it.
If we did.
That doesn't matter.
But yeah, even then.
He probably told me.
They actually had part of the whole entire ship shut down. So like there was no upgrade restaurants. There's no upcharge specialty restaurants. Yeah, so like there was like a whole 3 or 4 decks of like the starboard side.
Yeah, and they had it shut off with construction. So there were actually doors like on the outside from like the decks where you could kind of walk the length of the ship outside and then go back in that you couldn't get in. So it was like
couldn't get in, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like one at the very back, like one in the middle, and one at the very front. Like there was none of the in-between stuff open.
Yeah.
So that was a real bummer.
So you couldn't go out. You couldn't walk around the ship on all the decks. You could only walk in certain levels. Especially dining was all shut down, so you couldn't upcharge any of that stuff.
Yeah, Chris is. It's okay, Wes. It's fine. Yeah, you can't know everything.
Yeah, like I wouldn't expect to know that.
Okay.
That's something that we did. I mean, we looked and researched, and we didn't realize that was the case either. So
Chris, our rooms were getting taken out after we got off. He's right because we were all on the same side, and the other side over was actually being renovated, and ours were being pulled out as soon as we left. They weren't going to have guests in them again.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you could actually work on stuff.
Although I will say there was not a lot of hammering.
No.
There was not a lot of beating and drumming and all of that. Like we did not notice any of that. And so for the renovations, like good on them because they made it not miserable. Like I never heard construction noise.
Yeah. No, we actually did. We saw the guys walking around.
Yeah.
And they're like
carrying all their stuff and everything. So you can kind of see the new color scheme. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like, you weren't hearing sawing and hammering.
No, it was just an inconvenience because some stuff was shut down. We wanted to like want to have a cigar once in a while. That was closed down. So there was no like smoking lounge, which is probably not entirely bad anyway. But yeah. So with that,
but with that comes difficulty for your daily activities. And so we're big trivia people, but that's really all that we were into. For the rest of the trip, we kind of picked up here and there. And that's why we tried to play the game with everybody too. And so we do another cruise. We will definitely plan more activities for everybody because one, we didn't want to, again, be presumptuous and assume everybody wanted to spend every minute with us because on a cruise, there's a lot to do, a lot of different varied activities and interests. And so we want to be sensitive to that. So we didn't plan a lot during sea days because we thought people would want to do their own thing. And because of that, we feel like maybe some were either bored or not as excited about some things. So I will have some things pre-planned just in case. Should we do another one? Because I don't want anybody to feel like that. Because we had moments where we kind of felt bored, especially the last sea day. We were like, there's nothing to do. So like we went and played Scrabble in the game room and, some of those kind of things because we're not really those. I mean, after a year in Asia, you can't be like laying a lounge chair people.
Yeah, it's so manic there. But the I guess overall thing is we actually did get kind of bored. Not really a little bit bored, but it's just like, oh,
You would think we would learn how to relax. Nope.
Yeah, but we'll
try to do better.
Because we didn't go up top. Weather wasn't exactly great for like the time we were there. So so it wasn't good to sit outside and hang out. We could have done that, but I don't know.
It made it a little tough.
We ran out of stuff to do, and I was surprised.
Yeah. And there wasn't as much trivia on the last day either. I think they had it once. That was it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they were getting ready to dry dock it too. Like, so some of the activities kind of towards the end of the week, which was a real bummer. The other thing
was there's no upcharge restaurants, so there's no specialty dining. So
not a lot of people like that, but we liked the option.
Steakhouse was open, wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't it open either?
The only thing I knew of was the chef's table, but that was in the game.
Oh,
so
that's
they kicked everybody out.
Yeah, we got kicked out. We were actually playing. Because the construction.
It was a heated game of Scrabble.
Yeah, we did a whole thing where like we got the Scrabble all on the table, and they had like in the library, and we just got started, and they said you have to leave. I'm sorry, we're doing a private dinner here.
Yeah, and then we saw the sign that it was the chef's table. So that was a little bummer. I just like the choice. I like the option. Plus, the upcharge is usually like $20, and it's usually the comparable like $100 worth of food. And so I kind of liked the choice. Yeah. So that was a bummer. Mm-hmm. That's all we had that was bad. Yeah. In all honesty, Nina, have you been on other cruise lines that you compare to Carnival to? We have been on other cruise lines. We've been on 3 others. We mentioned earlier that we've actually been on MSC, Royal, Norwegian. Comparatively to Carnival, no. I think the others were a bit better. The food was the best on Carnival, in case you came in later and missed that part. But I think some others were a bit better. Traveler Cosmo camera someday. Forgive me, I don't know what that means. Carrie Miller, the upcharge restaurants are usually so good. That's a bummer. Yeah, they are. Been on a few cruises, but not on Carnival. We're the same. That's why we kind of chose that. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess we'll go back. The one ugly thing.
No worries, Nina. Don't worry about it. She missed the beginning.
Yeah, it's all right. The one ugly thing that we don't have very many ugly things to say, but the customer service on Carnival was, as a whole, was absolutely horrible. That is not taken lightly, I guess, with us, because what happened? We had a problem with one of the rooms, and we tried switching it, and because there's 4 people in one room, and it didn't work out as planned, which is weird because they actually booked 2 different classes, and our travel agent did best to book 2 different classes of rooms. And the problem is one was supposed to only be for 3, one was only supposed to be for 4.
But they were the exact
same room, the exact same size, everything.
So we had a member of our cruise that was sleeping on the floor. And the minute I got word of it, I was furious. Because we went and looked at the rooms ourselves. We went and talked to somebody in customer service. It turned into this entire thing. And so we went and talked to somebody from customer service. They were really pretty nasty. And then she's like, well, let's go look at the rooms. And so she took us to look at the rooms, and they're the same thing. Thankfully, we had a group from our cruise in each room. And so that's kind of what helped us figure this out. And so they're the exact same room. And the individual sleeping on the floor was a teenage boy. So we all know teenage boys really don't care, but that doesn't mean he should have to sleep on the floor. And so we went round and round and round and round with them and got down to it where we weren't filming any of them.
Well, I guess back even further. So what happened was we went to the customer service to say, hey, we have someone that's in our group that they can't, there's not enough room for them in the room, even though it's supposed to be 4. Yeah. How are you going to fit 4 people in this room when the other one exactly next
is only
for 3, but it's the same room? So that can't be right. So we actually got hold of the housekeeping, the hotel manager, assistant manager, because the manager would not talk to us. The customer service manager went down there, showed them each room, and they had nothing to say. And like, well, we'll be back in a minute. Like they left, and then they said, we can't help you. The frustrating part is what they told us is since we're on a group cruise, we had to go through our travel agent to do anything. Meanwhile, mind you, we were actually in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, where I can't call West. I can't say, hey, what's going on?
So they were like, because you didn't book it, it's really tough.
Yeah, because you didn't book it through Carnival. They basically said, take it up with your agent because there's nothing we can do for you. It's
we told them, but we're in the middle of the ocean and our agent is here. How many people go on vacation with their agent? Like, that doesn't really happen. It's come on. So what happened? Because naturally, we vlogged what's going on, right? So we stepped away from the counter. They were actually back. Filming any of them.
We were stepping away. So I said, Amanda, tell me what's going on. So and she's talking to the camera like.
Against the wall.
This is what's happening. So we go back up there. The manager calls us over and says, "You need to erase all your footage." We're like, "What are you talking about?" Yes, erase all your footage. Did you film any of the people that are on the crew?
That's when I got really nasty.
I said, "No, I just filmed her about our experience and what's going on right now because we want to have documentation of it."
So I showed her. I shouldn't have to delete it, but I showed her. I deleted the clip, and the next clip was from dinner. She's like, "Delete that too." I said, "No, absolutely not."
I said, "Dinner." She's like, "Oh, that's not dinner."
She's like, "That's not dinner." I was like,
so
yes,
we actually
it
had to play the video for her on our camera to show her it was not them. It was going to be at dinner.
I was so angry, you guys, and thankfully, the cruisers that we had with us were so wonderful and so sweet and so gracious about this because I was so ready to climb down somebody's throat. Like Jimmy was like, "Amanda, you were leaning over the counter." I was so angry.
We were really upset, and we said, "This is unacceptable. Like, there's nothing you can do." Yeah. They did not care. They
told us that they were going to contact somebody ashore because, mind you, this happened right before Cozumel?
Yeah, it was
before we hit land. We were still before the first day of excursions. So they said they're going to call corporate when they got to land and let them know, and they'll let us know in a couple days. Here's the problem. It's a 5-day sailing. So by the time they get back to us, the sailing's going to be over. And so they then, the last day of the cruise, send a letter to the wonderful person in that room that was having this problem and basically just re-upset her and basically said, "Sorry, tough, we're not going to do anything about this. This is on you. It's your problem." And they didn't have to send her the letter because there wasn't going to be any kind of resolution until we got all back home anyway. So they just ruined her last day on the cruise and upset her about all of this for nothing.
So what I did, we got back home.
That's why this was the ugly part.
Yeah, I contacted Carnival, their PR department, and all customer service, and asked them. I told them the whole story. I was nice about it, and I told them not only that I said, but I could actually put it on somewhere so you guys can see what I wrote and what their response is because it was not good. They actually said we're not allowed as passengers to record any of the staff on board the ship. So everybody who records the people and smiling and waving at you, that records people in the dining room. I guess it's all illegal. They have all right to
do that. You can't be a cruise line and people. Whatever.
Yeah. So Carnival were not impressed with the customer service. Other than that, it was really good. But
that was really a
they
sore
basically
point.
they blew us off.
Mm-hmm.
They said nothing to do, nothing that the travel agent can do. It's just basically
they said the person's room. Who it was has to contact them directly, gave us a phone number. I gave that to her. I hated that I had to pass that to her like that because I wanted to fix it. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be the one to solve the problem.
It's even the agent. It has to be the actual customer that goes through. It couldn't have been Wes done it. It was so frustrating for us. Not just as a group. I mean, not just as a sort of vlogging it. We had made us erase it, which in hindsight we should not have done. But
yeah, because we were over international waters because she was spitting off all of this U.S. mumbo jumbo.
She was saying it's illegal. I can't remember what she said, but
she was like, it's illegal to film people when they don't know it. I was like, first of all, we didn't film any of you. Second of all, we're over international waters, and that doesn't hold up.
This is registered in Bahamas, which is all the thing. It's just, it was after I'm like, oh, I should have said that. How you always go away thinking I should have said something else. But
it was awful.
All in all, would I take another Carnival cruise? Probably. I'll try it again.
I would, because here's why. I understand that customer service experience was horrific, but thankfully the people that went with us in that room were amazing and understanding and sweet and above the BS. So we thankfully did not have an issue with them because that would have broken my heart. And so I would be willing to try another Carnival cruise because I really think it's at the fault of the individuals in that department, not the company as a whole. However, they should have done more on the back end when we got home.
Here's the question I have for you guys, and it's an ethical thing that I'm actually curious about to see what your opinion is. The person that helped us initially was sweet, and she was nice. She was brand new.
I made her cry. I felt really bad.
And Amanda made her cry, and as we were leaving, we saw her.
I didn't do it on purpose, but it was because I was so angry at the situation.
But her manager was such a mean, hateful. It was bad.
Hateful.
But the question I have is, do they have those employees of the cruise line so wrapped up, afraid they're going to lose their job? Because she obviously saw, she went down with us to see the size of the room, and
she looked at me like, I don't have a leg to stand on.
She can tell she has nothing to say. She's like, yeah, you're right, but I can't say anything. I'm afraid she's going to lose her job. And so I do wonder, what the scenario is for those workers that work in customer service. Are the lines themselves threaten the employees that if they don't follow procedure?
The girl who worked on Carnival, let us know that. Yeah, I want to know.
I am curious because I've heard sometimes that, and this is me just out on the internet, how the internet goes. You sometimes hear that people that work on the cruise ships, they threaten them to take their passports away, or they threaten all that stuff. I know it's a big corporation. They're probably way corporate about things.
And that could be total gossip. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's for sure. But part of me wonders, like,
she was shaking.
She didn't. Yeah.
Not at me, but it's like you could tell by the whole, like when she was typing on the computer before we ever started like going and looking at rooms, you could tell she was thinking, "Oh my God, this is really bad, and I'm gonna have to be the one to handle it." Like it was like she was scared, not of us, but of like.
We actually wanted to go try and find her again to give her actually some face masks we might have had from Korea because we felt bad. Like afterwards, we're like, you know what? She's just trying to do her job, and the real person here we should be mad at is the manager.
I wasn't mean to her.
The way she handled it.
I was mad at her manager. I was leaning so far over that desk, you guys, at her manager that I was so angry because I knew she was handling this so horribly. Like from a customer service perspective, it's just vile, and so it was really, really bad. So I felt bad for that girl, and I shouldn't. Anyway, I felt terrible. And so we wanted to give her something and we could never find her again. Mm-hmm. And at the time she usually worked. And so that's why we were like, oh, no.
You may have pulled her off after that whole scenario. I don't know, but we just felt bad. And I felt bad for the person that was involved in the room because there's nothing we could have done. I don't think there's anything Wes could have done if we called him there anytime. But we
had no means.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of the ocean. We can't.
We were stuck. So that's the only negative, only ugly thing that Carnival needs to fix. I feel like they could have done something. They said it was full. I don't ever believe. Ship's ever 100% full.
The ship was under renovation in the rooms. They're not full.
I just don't know if it was actually really full. That's what they always tell you. They gotta have an empty room. They have one out of 2,000, right?
Yeah. So what happens? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So we didn't buy it, but anyway, It was just. It was awful. And so that was the only really ugly thing from the entire cruise. Like we said, thank goodness that they were such gracious, fabulous people that were staying there. Otherwise, it would have been so much worse.
Yeah. But all in all, it was good. And person involved ended up having a good time.
I would give Carnival another shot. And what's interesting is the person who this happened to, they've cruised on Carnival before. They have cruises planned with Carnival following. She told us at the end of the day that's where her anger lied. Because they had the power to change it and fix it. They didn't. And not even to give her credit.
Hiding behind the travel agent thing, that's just totally
just
BS.
Nothing. So I think I don't blame the company for kind of the workings of some of their staff members that just handle the situation really poorly. So, I mean, I would go on a larger ship if I do it again. Will I do another group cruise with Carnival? No. Absolutely hard no. But I would give them a shot on my own, where the satisfaction of those with me wouldn't be important. You know what I'm saying? Because on a group cruise, I want to make sure everybody has fun because I'm responsible for my happiness and theirs. And so I wouldn't go on another group cruise for Carnival, but I would definitely try them on my own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
I agree. Yeah.
So let's look at the comments now that we've complained.
Hope you guys stick with us. Hope you're like, oh man, they're complaining.
Oh man, I was dreading the ugly part.
There's nothing worse than having you have a problem and that doesn't get fixed, and they can just tell that they don't care, and that's the definition of poor customer service.
Oh no, Bobby said I'm under the impression that Carnival isn't the best for handicap accessible rooms.
I don't know. I don't know.
Really
had that. That's my question for Wes. Wes, if you know the answer to that, that'd be good. Because I honestly don't know. Yeah.
Loki, well, my room steward was telling me please not to do any complaint on the room because if I did, he would lose his job. So I'm not sure Carnival treats their employees so good. Oh man.
Yeah, that's something I was worried about because we obviously know what kind of conditions they live in the third world countries, living in Asia this past year. So we know what the opportunity is. They get flown all the way over to the other part of the world to go to these fancy destinations. They get tips and stuff. So, I can see how they could threaten that, and not Carnival itself, but maybe the recruiter that's in Indonesia or in the Philippines or wherever they're at, because they hire somewhere. Yeah, the way it works is they actually hire people. There's like contract agencies, like hiring agencies over in the other countries like the Philippines and Indonesia, and then they hire them to send them over to work for Carnival. So I'm not sure if they're technically contract or not, but they
have contracts. They do.
But I mean, the contract with Carnival or with the agency, like the agency that hires them.
Yeah.
So there are things like that too. So I don't know.
I don't know. That's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Nina, forgive me. I have heard that they are away from home long periods of time as well as working really long hours. I did know that. Rebecca, did you find any odd charges when you got home that were unexpected? No.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any unexpected charges whatsoever. No problem there. Let's see, Chris. Bobby, my sister-in-law, is in a wheelchair. She's cruised on Carnival Magic, and the room was great for her. Awesome.
Oh,
there you go. So they do have accessible rooms, West said.
Is it Magic?
And they're great.
Okay.
It's relatively
cool.
big ship.
Yeah, and just make sure. I mean, you can always go online too. So like YouTube's your friend, and so you can find anything on YouTube. Obviously, you find us, right? So you can find like probably handicap room tours and stuff like that, which would be good to see for yourself what it looks like. But also probably the newer ships versus older ships.
I'm sure are much larger.
Better amenities.
Definitely, as well as the Triumph when it becomes Mardi Gras, then it's good. I'm gonna be totally different. So you know how they do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Lee Cage, if only Carnival had as many hospitable employees as you guys have. Oh, well. Sweet. Felicia, even if you picked Carnival, we would join you on your next cruise. Oh, that's sweet. Good.
That's very nice.
So we that was our experience. That was our good, bad, and ugly. Overall, it was really awesome. We had a wonderful time with everybody. We do want to do another one, but we don't want to do another one until 2020. So the reason for that is because such is life. We're probably going to be in the States a little longer than we had originally planned to be. And so we're working on some things for you guys that we really want to push out before we try to travel again, because it can make it really hard if we don't do that. Excuse me. So we'll be home a little longer. And plus, one thing that we want to do is give everybody a lot of time to plan over a year in advance, because we find that, a lot of people book travel well in advance. And so we definitely want to give people plenty of time, especially because we're not going to choose Carnival again. So it is going to be more expensive. It's not going to be outrageous. It'll be more expensive, but it's not going to be outrageously expensive, because I'm very aware and conscientious of price tags for stuff like this. So we definitely want the money to match where it's going. So we're looking at a new cruise line. I really hardcore would love to do a Norwegian group cruise, just because they're fun and they have the whole boots and cats atmosphere.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just a ship we've been on, but we've always seen the first cruise we're on a Norwegian. When you enter the ship or you get on like the gangway, they always have like a big party. They have music blaring. They have punch outside. Like MSC did that for their cruises as well as Norwegian, but Royal and Carnival both didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get on the Carnival, on the ship, everybody's come on down the party. Like a DJ outside. Wasn't that?
MSC Seaside was parked next to us. We were in Cozumel, and they had that. They had a big party.
Yeah,
I was jealous.
We kind of felt cheated.
On 2 doors, they had people it was really sad. Yeah. I was like, I want to dance.
Yeah, there's some different things we like about each line, and be able to do comparison about all of them at a time. But there's so many things that set each of them apart. But I don't think anyone's more better than the other for me, anyway.
No, but I kind of have my favorites just based on personal preference. So that's what we're looking at. I don't know, should we say timeline of time we'd like to try to do it? I'm looking at fall because fall is a good time in terms of pricing to go on a cruise, and it's not near holidays. And so I'm looking at September, October 2020 is what I'd really like to try to do, because Thanksgiving's really tough, although it is cheap to go around Thanksgiving on a cruise, like super cheap, like half price cheap.
You guys welcome y'all like there's some Pilgrims and Indians, Native Americans, and
I'll make a turkey. No, but
imagine getting that through the X-ray scanner.
Oh my gosh. I got really good at hiding stuff all of our travel. I can't hide a turkey, but anyway. But we would love to do something around fall. I know Thanksgiving is really tough. Christmas is impossible. We did the first part of December, but it kind of made it a little tough too. So I think September, October would be a sweet spot. That's what we're looking at. We're still very early stages in planning process. And so we're really just trying to get a feeler. We'll send some things out in our newsletter. So if you aren't on our newsletter, go and head over to our website and sign up, because we'll be sending a lot of stuff out that way. I may do some polls. I did that last time just to try to get kind of a feel for what people are feeling. Not necessarily lines and things like that. We'll choose that, but probably itinerary
Halloween cruise would be fun too. Yeah.
I think Halloween cruise would be really fun.
What would that be? I don't even know what that'd be. Like a whole year to plan about that.
I know what I would be, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I know what I would do. Wes, no worries. It's all right. Belle and Tony Reed coming to Australia. It's on my list. You have no idea. You get what you pay for, I suppose. Yes, you're very right. Linda, we're in. Yay!
Mm-hmm. Chris and
Heidi are in. So we were.
Felicia, yeah.
So it's Felicia. So we would love to see some repeat cruisers from our previous vlog experience. Would be absolutely amazing. One thing we are going to do is, should we choose this, I really would like to do like an Eastern or Southern Caribbean cruise, just because I think they're more fun.
Somewhere we haven't been.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca's in. Yay!
Cool.
I also will make it large enough where enough people can sign up should they want to, but also limited space so the group doesn't, I would love to have this problem, but I don't want the group to be so big we can't get to know people. Not that we would have that problem.
That was good this last time.
Yeah,
30 people. We had
30 people was really a sweet spot. I don't know that I would want to go over 50 people.
Yeah.
That's a sweet spot for me. Just because I still want to be able to have that personal interaction with everybody and get to know everybody, because that was so much a highlight for us this time. So there's a lot of things that we are considering for doing this again. And definitely 7-day. 7 to 10.
Yeah. Any questions for us? Anything you want to ask us?
Yeah, anything you guys want to know.
Related to cruising? Any cruise lines you think we should go on next? So we've been on Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, MSC, and Carnival. Any other lines we should go on? Yeah.
Chris, would your parents come again?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe you can convince them if you email them, whatever. But like,
they have
you have to understand. My dad, my mom. We didn't want to go on this last cruise, but somehow
No. They said when we were first planning they didn't want to go, but then while we were gone, suddenly they wanted to go.
Yeah, they asked us about it. So, well, good. We like you guys too, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You can probably convince them. I don't know, but he was pretty adamant. Like, we're not going on a cruise again. And then he goes on another cruise. And they said the same thing. When we got back, he said the same thing. Like, that was fun.
Felicia, your parents need to come. What I'm trying to do is convince my parents to come with us next time, because my parents are fun. My parents are a lot of fun.
They would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. My dad he's a mess.
And my mom, they need to come.
Yeah, they're watching. They're lurkers. They're not commenting, so I know they're here. But yeah, they definitely need to come. His work schedule, my dad's a English professor, so his work schedule got in the way for them coming with us this time. Mm-hmm. Richard, I love Norwegian, went Alaska with them twice. Rebecca, we're in Oregon. Alaska would be so fun. I would love to do that. I don't know if that's a group cruise situation, but I would love to do an Alaska cruise, see the glaciers.
That might be something you might see us do here, not for too long. We don't tell people
we can find a good price.
Yeah, we're actually looking at going to Pacific Northwest.
He has family in Oregon.
Yeah, in Portland. They have family in Portland, and there's some people live in Canada. It'd be kind of fun to visit. And
we have a lot of wonderful fans and friends. We love to cruise. Glad to know we're fun. There's my mom. We have a lot of fans and friends in Canada. Aren't you sweet, my dad? See, I knew they were still here. Lurkers. We would love to do Canada. We have some really wonderful people in Canada. Linda's from Canada. I know that about you.
And Jim is here.
Is here from Manitoba. And then we have some other Canadian friends that aren't here right now that we would love to get to meet. And so we're trying to make our way that direction. To go into Canada. Come visit New Brunswick.
Actually, we're going to go in that area too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're definitely trying to do some of that. We have the opportunity to do a really kind of cool, different type of trip up in that area. That would be really fun. Mm-hmm. Sean, I'm late to the chubby party. I'm watching your videos. I'm up to Phuket. Thank you. You're so sweet. Or
people have been watching our stuff. We get a couple of those this month. It's fun to see them comment.
I love it.
You can see them comment from the very beginning to up to date now. So that's cool.
New England cruise in the fall. They have pretty colors. Yeah, that'd be nice to leave out of New York instead of LA.
They have like one that goes like around New England. They go up to Maine and New Brunswick and all that stuff. That's cool. Or at least I'm trying to think. Nova Scotia, that area. Yeah.
We have friends in Nova Scotia. Mm-hmm. Drive an RV through Canada to Alaska. That would be so cool. We actually, our friends, we know people.
Yeah. So be looking.
See that coming soon.
Ironic thing about that is actually we're looking for a couple of videos here coming very soon about RVing. We are actually experimenting with that idea. as we speak.
We'll see if we survive.
So
Translation.
Should we tell them what we're doing next weekend?
Yeah, if you want, we'll vlog it.
We're actually going to try doing that. We're going to vlog that.
We're not going to Canada.
We're
staying local.
We're going to try doing RVing and see how this works. And if it works out, we might
try
more.
that.
Yeah.
We might try a little bit of that because Amber from Story Tasting that was here a bit ago, she's a wonderful friend that we've met through YouTube, and she is a full-time RVer. She travels independently, and so we're doing a collab with her because she's incredible, and she kind of taught us some things about survival. So we'll see how we do.
I found out what boondocking is.
That's pretty cool.
And it's not inappropriate, or it's not something.
I'm just not doing the poop, you guys. The black and the gray and the poop. No.
Thanks.
It's all you.
Yeah, okay.
Not doing it. So I think that's the only thing that could hold us up. But I've always said, because my grandma has an RV, I've traveled with them a good bit, that should we ever travel the States, that's the way I would like to do it. So we're trying to get some more international stuff out of our system first, but we may do a little bit of it while we're here. Mm-hmm. We're on Holland leaving next week for Alaska. I'm so jealous, Linda. I don't have words.
Yeah, doing all the cool stuff.
The Rockies here in Alberta are stunning. Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Our friends from Nova Scotia send us videos all the time, and it's just mean.
Yeah.
It's mean how
pretty it awesome. Is. Each province is really, really cool. I like each area has its own definition of character. And
Vancouver's really pretty too, based on like what I've seen.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Twilight movies, that's all I've seen in Vancouver.
Wow.
Not really, but it's
well. On that note,
see you guys in Bali in February. I think I saw you guys in Bali in February. Thanks for answering my question. Travel down under is amazing in Australia.
Oh, cool.
You saw us in Bali?
Oh no, in February. No, actually, wasn't us in Bali then.
Well, behind.
A lot of lead time.
Yeah, a lot of lead time. So, but. Well, does anybody have any last minute questions? We're at an hour, so we won't keep you guys much longer, but we wanted to let you guys
Thanks
know.
for hanging on.
Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know what our experience was and let you know that we're considering and planning doing another one, working some of those very introductory things that we really just wanted to know if there was interest. We know that everybody who went with us last time would be interested, but we wanted to open it up to other people too, so we really wanted to know if it was something others wanted.
A little more time to figure out what we want to do with all that. So we don't know what cruise line, we don't know what itinerary, stuff. We're just kind of talking.
I want like perks. I'm gonna be that girl. I'm gonna be like, I'm bringing you a group. You give my group awesomeness.
We actually already contacted Virgin Voyages.
I vetoed this,
and I got vetoed. But they don't have anything right now for group cruises anyway.
I vetoed it because their price tag is crazy.
It's expensive, and they said they actually have no incentives for groups. So
they lost me. Yeah. But yeah, I would go awesome. I'm excited about that. I think it would be so much fun. We had no idea that it would be so incredible to get to spend. We thought we would be awkward because we haven't, we're just nerdy. Like it's so funny. So we were like, they're going to be so disappointed because we're just nerdy people, but we had the best time. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth wants to come with Chris and Heidi. That'd be fun.
Yeah, you got her.
She texted me a bit. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, cool.
So, well, you guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for hanging on with us for an hour and listening to our crazy story.
Don't forget to like upstairs there. Or actually, it's downstairs. We have it upstairs. It's downstairs for you guys. If they like this video. And also, we have some cool stuff coming next week. For those of you who are staying tuned for next week's stuff. We went to, we'll just wait till next week. We'll just show you guys.
You can intro them.
We went to the world's largest travel goods show in Las Vegas. And it was amazing.
It was amazing.
And
we found some really epically cool stuff.
Like technology, like in the future type stuff. It's really, really cool.
It's so cool.
Some of the stuff we have been actually able to procure from them. So,
So we'll have firsthand some things that we can show you guys that we hope you'll be super interested in because, ladies, there's some stuff specifically for us that's bomb. It's so cool. I actually did a live event about that on our channel here. So
Kim Costner is filming in Alberta right now. Cool.
What? That's cool.
He also has a band, I think.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he like, what's his name that plays the banjo?
No, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
No.
Love him. Can't ever remember his name.
Regular singer type thing. Anyway.
Awesome. Well, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much.
Be safe.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.